I was a meth addict for 20 years. Grew up in a fatherless home. And so I started doing meth when I was about 17 years old. And I spent the next 20 years just getting high. Not being a father, not being a husband like I'm supposed to be. I'm in jail because, I was doing meth. I'm in jail because I was buying stolen product. I was in jail because I was stealing. The story that I'm telling you now is something that's happened over the course of 5 months. From the time I got out to right now today is 5 months. And I remember all that week telling everybody, I was like, I just got this feeling I'm fixing to get a sweet deal. And I'm probably gonna go home, man. I walked to the door, went to push out, and I looked at everybody and I said, man, I'm gonna go get this sweet deal right here. And I went up there and that's what it was. So I come back to the pod and I walk in and I'm like, I'm going home tomorrow, guys. And they just, the whole room just kind of went quiet. As I was leaving on Monday after court, I come back and I was waiting for them to call my name. As I was leaving, I just told everybody, I said, guys, and these guys that said they had quit praying were right there at this table. And it was like, I just told them, you got to pray. And I'm living proof right now walking out this door. I got out and I was homeless, and I'd burned all the bridges with my family. I walked into a convenience store homeless and seen these people and that I knew she was working there. I wasn't in there looking for a handout or anything. I was in there to get a soda pop, something I hadn't had in 11 months. And my daughter was with me, and we just told them, we're out. And I knew this lady, and she's like, let me call my husband, come stay with me. A couple days later, a guy comes and picks me up, total stranger, comes and picks me up, and he's like, I got a phone call, want to talk to you and all. So I go in and eat a hamburger. He buys me dinner, and so we go and share it with him and all. And at the end of the conversation, he says, I'd like for you to come stay with me and my family. This is a guy I just met, and I want you to come stay with me and my family. How do you do that? How do you do that with a guy who has the record that I have? I'm just getting out of jail, covered in tattoos. I look kind of mean, and this guy, he's about 78 years old, just says, come stay with me and my family. God, it's all about Jesus. What is he doing in our lives? I stayed with him for 2 weeks, and while I was there, I fabricated some stuff for him, and he really enjoyed every bit of it. This guy is my mentor now. He just comes to me like my last day staying with him, and he says, David, do you like doing this? Have you ever thought about doing it for yourself? And I said, no, but I'd love to. And so he makes a phone call to another friend, the friend who introduced me to him, who has all this stuff just sitting in this building, not being used, not doing nothing. Calls me up and he says, hey, come over here. And so I meet him over here, and he says, why don't you take all this stuff and open a shop with it? And it just immediately floored me. How do you go from being broke? And I'm not just broke. I haven't even got 2 pennies to rub together. Broke. Just here's a building. It's already got all the utilities turned on. And here's all this equipment. Take it and use it and build something with it. And I did. A week later, Shelton Shop opened its doors for the first time, and we just been in the flow ever since. Meth is bad. It'll make you do things that you never thought you would do. And this is from experience. It will cause you to steal from family. It will cause you to lie to people. It will cause you to go into somebody's home and take stuff, I mean, that you don't even know. So the impact that it had on my children, Sam writes me a letter and she says, "Dad, I love you so much, but Mom's going to jail next week and you're going to be in there for a while. And I don't know who I'm going to call Mom and Dad after that." That's the impact that it has on us, on our children. It's not just you getting high, but it's your family's right there with you, living through it. My transformation. I was a mean guy. I was a terrible guy. I harbored hate, zealous. Look at me a lot. I mean, my life every day, I should be locked up. I should be locked up like an animal. But I'm not. Before, even with my kids and my wife, it was all about me. And now it's like all about him. I love him with all my heart, with all my heart, with all my heart. I love him with all my heart.